Good morning and welcome to another episode of the America Safe, America Strong webinar series hosted by The Blueprint. Now, my name is Derek Miller and I'm the president of the firm. Today's 20-minute safety solution is presented by Don Groce, the technical product specialist with the Global Glove and Safety. Now, Don is an analytical chemist that has held positions as a researcher in the toxicology branch of the United States Center for Disease Control. Prior to working with Global, Don worked in research and development at Best Glove as the head of technical services, and he authored the original ChemRest website for selection of protective gloves for working with hazardous chemicals. Don has also served as an instructor for the American Industrial Hygiene Association and was given the honor of Distinguished Lecturer. Listen, all of you know, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, disposable nitrile glove demand is at an all-time high. Now, to help the market adapt, Global Glove has come up with some very unique and innovative solutions that can help in today's rapidly changing environment. Now, here's what's going to happen. Don's going to spend about 10 minutes reviewing these solutions with you, and then Jessica Morante, the Blueprint's marketing director, will turn our attention over to you and your questions. Now, there's a chat box on the right side of your screen. We ask you to enter all of your questions in this box. So we're going to address as many of those as time permits. Also, along with the chat box, there's a handouts tab on the right side of your screen. And there you'll find some downloadable documents, including some product information sheets, data sheets, some tech information, as well as a contacts page for all of your Blueprint and Global Glove team members. Following today's session, we're going to send an email to each of you recapping the meeting, and we'll answer all of those unaddressed questions. And we are really excited to share this impactful safety solution with you today. Now, just kick back, relax as Don and Jessica take you through today's 20-minute safety solution. Don?
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you, Derek, for those kind words. And Jessica, thank you for arranging this too. Derek was talking about this chemical resistant glove problem we have out there, where right now in our world with the pandemic causing such a demand for gloves for everything. I mean, I've worn gloves to the grocery store, but the disposable nitrile gloves are very hard to get now. It's hard to meet this demand. It's such a huge demand. Of course, it's caused a huge price increase, but all of the nitrile gloves out there it's very hard to get them, and the price has increased dramatically too. And so during that time, Global has been looking at trying to find alternatives. And you know how necessity is the mother of invention. In World War II, neoprene was first developed because of the shortage of natural rubber latex. And so because of those shortages of the latex, there was not enough rubber to go around for tires. So neoprene was developed, and as you know, it's still around today. Well, during this time, we were looking for alternatives for disposable gloves to help with the shortage and the need for protection from the COVID virus. And we found a glove, the thermoplastic elastomer glove, the TPE glove, which is something new and different and inexpensive. And we started looking at it. We were looking at it possibly for food handling or something of that nature. And so we got the glove in, and we thought, well, you know, it's okay, you know, it fits good, and you know, you could wear this glove, but we were wondering, what would it do if somebody tried to use it in chemicals? Well, I've spent a whole career working with protecting workers from hazardous chemicals like these, where you got everything from common acetone that you use to take off nail polish, then lacquer thinner is a mixture of really dangerous things, and ethyl acetate and paint stripper, a really difficult one to find gloves in. So I've always tried to advise people as what glove to use. And for a lot of these, like xylene, you'd wear a glove like a Viton glove. This Viton glove costs $100 a pair. You could wear it like if you're stripping paint, you wanted to use a glove, you're using xylene to take paint off, and you use $100 a pair of glove. What happens when that glove gets the paint on it? Well, it's a very expensive proposition. But so anyway, we were trying to figure out, we knew that disposable gloves, nitrile, vinyl gloves, latex, and nitrile gloves do terrible in all these. There's not a disposable glove that works for dealing with these kind of chemicals. These chemicals you see in the blue cans are sold in the retail world and the big box stores, and they have disposable gloves there and say they work. That's a lie. They do not work. It's more lies. So anyway, and also in the laboratory, you see the amber colored bottles. You have chemicals like methylene chloride. People always have, for years, wanted a disposable glove. They were hoping nitrile would work in all of these. Guess what? Nitrile doesn't work in any of these chemicals. It just balloons up within 5 minutes. It's just completely disintegrated and just worthless. And neither does latex. Is even worse, and vinyl is even worse than that. So we got the TPE glove, and we were wondering, well, it's completely different chemically. It's not really a rubber glove. It's a plastic glove. So what would it do in chemicals? Well, much to my surprise, it performs great. You use it in all of these chemicals, and after 4 hours of being stuck down in there, it has relatively little change, where after 5 minutes, the nitrile gloves would be completely destroyed, and you couldn't use them at all. And with the TPE glove, even though it looks like you'd use it to handle food, it works in these chemicals for 4 hours of like completely immersion, like the worst kind of exposure. It doesn't do anything to it. And so what would you use? Would you try to get a Viton glove for $100 a pair to use with the hazardous chemicals and then maybe never be able to use it but one time? Or would you get a glove like this that's a throwaway glove? It's disposable, as the name says, and use it in the chemical and then just throw it away. It just costs pennies. You know, the glove is very, very inexpensive. Well, we decided to introduce it in clear, and we also have it in blue. It's a nice color, and it looks like other disposable gloves, and it's easy to don, easy to take off too. And it's just a really fantastic product. And we just are shocked at how it behaves in chemicals. We had no idea when we developed this glove. So you can just take it off really easily too. But we had no idea when we developed this glove that it would work so well in chemicals. So it's a wonderful surprise. We have plenty of inventory on this. I think that it's going to be one of the best choices ever for people that are working with acetone, or people that are painting or stripping paint, refinishing, working in automotive. It's just a fantastic product. And I think that nitrile right now, there's a huge price difference in nitrile and these gloves. But I think that in the future, even when the glut of gloves that are needed right now, even when nitrile comes back and the pandemic hopefully goes away completely, and then the demand goes down and the prices go down too, I think that we found something that's going to stay around for a very long time. I think the TPE glove is something that you'll want to look at for everything, every situation. And so my hope is that if you've got a question about the TPE glove, that you will just call Global Glove, call Derek and his wonderful people at the Blueprint Corporation. Just call any of us and ask us about this product. We'd be glad to tell you everything we can about it, but I think it's a winner. I think you're going to love it. I think you're going to love more than that. I think you're going to love the price. So which would you use? $100 pair of Viton gloves or a TPE glove that you can throw away and not even think about the price? Thank you so much. Hope you have some questions for us today.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful presentation. So we've got a few minutes left in the webinar. So if you wouldn't mind just answering a few questions that we received in the chat box. All right, so let's get right into these questions that we received.
Okay.
The first question we got was, have you done permeation testing on the TPE glove?
We have done a couple of permeation tests, and what we've seen is that there is a small amount coming through. It's in the parts per million range. We also found out that with nitrile, that there's about 500 times more coming through nitrile than the TPE. After 8 hours, there's very little, and it's in the low parts per million range for the TPE glove, whereas for nitrile, it would come through in just a tidal wave, and you'd be completely exposed to at least 500 times that amount within 5 minutes.
Okay, awesome.
Big difference.
Yeah, thanks, Don. Next question we got was, do you foresee the TPE glove going away if the market returns to normal after the effects of the pandemic are over?
I don't think it'll go away anytime soon. I think that we found a material. I think that what you'll see is some new versions of it and maybe some modifications to make it even have a broader scope of uses other than just disposable. Because I think it's something that's unique find that won't be going anywhere anytime soon. I hope nitrile does come back. You know, I think a lot of people, I would rather wear nitrile for regular things, but the TPE glove, I think it'll stay around for a very long time.
Okay, great. Is this glove biodegradable?
That's a good question. There are some disposable gloves out there that are biodegradable gloves, which, you know, I applaud people for that. Ours is not considered biodegradable. However, it is recyclable, which I think is even better. You know, everyone recycles. I don't know, the biodegradability is great, but being recyclable, it's a plastic. You put it in your plastic bin. So yeah, it's recyclable, not biodegradable.
Excellent, that's great. So we have time for just one more question. And the last question of the day is going to be, what is the fit like?
The fit is kind of like it's better than any polyethylene glove that I've seen, like a food handler's glove. It's better than that. I also think it's better than vinyl. It's got more give than vinyl does. The fit is not as good as nitrile and not as good as latex. It doesn't have that conformity to your hands, but I hope you'll try it, ask for samples and try it on. I think you'll be surprised at how good it feels. Just get it on, wear it for just a little bit. I think you'll like it a whole lot.
Awesome. Well, Don, thank you so much for today's presentation. I think we all really learned a lot, and we really appreciate your time being with us today. So now we're going to
Thank you for having me.
back out to close us out. Thanks, Don.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I mean, it's amazing. During the middle of this pandemic, and Don, thank you, and Jessica, thank you as well, Global Glove responded in a way to fill a void in the marketplace with these TPE solutions. And what we have found is while we don't see TPE, as Don stated, as a permanent replacement for nitrile, but what we do see is a permanent home in the marketplace for the TPE glove. And so again, it's just another great example of how Global Glove has taken the opportunity during this pandemic to fill a void and then find a permanent home and a new solution to the market. So again, Don, thank you so much. We really appreciate having you today. Remember, folks, tomorrow, each of you will be receiving a follow-up email recapping this meeting. We'll also contact the winner of the free giveaway. If you didn't get a chance to download the handouts, no worries. We're gonna include those in the email as well. Also, if you have not done so, head on over to the Blueprint website and subscribe to these complimentary webinars, which will allow you access to this growing vault of safety solutions. Stay tuned for the next episode of the America Safe, America Strong webinar series hosted by the Blueprint. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for your time and your attention today. Stay safe, stay strong, and go America.